So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's Thursday. It's day one of my favorite 3 days of the week. Yes, we are getting into it now. Here is when the trouble starts, and I just love it to death. We're doing it with a fantastic wine today, too. I just picked this up from the bodega right downstairs at a wonderful little place called Delicado. And this is a Contessa Marina Primitivo di Mandoria, and this is a 2021 dry red. On the nose, typical it seems of the Italian cassis, black stone fruit kind of vibe that we typically get on the nose. Unlike yesterday though, I'm not picking up any olive trees, so there's that. On the palate, it's heavier on the tannins. Fantastic finish. It is it's between a semi-transparent and a deep ruby red. I'm not reading any keys through it. I certainly wouldn't be able to tell the time of day and my watch through it, but probably not to the point of blue teeth. But if I do get the blue teeth, I have an antidote for that. It's just right next door in the bathroom, so I can just brush them things. But what a wonderful wine. I do love the doppio passos. I love the primitivos. I mean, they're wonderful. The Italian wines, whether they be rosés, red, white, they always have a certain boldness to them, and I think it's because of the sunlight that they get, more so than maybe perhaps we get here in Germany or in other places in Europe. But what a wonderful wine, and I can honestly tell you, if you get your hands on a bottle of it, you just jump into it. It's well worth every bit of the expense, which is not that much, about 11 euros. Certainly an affordable wine and a very enjoyable one. And as you can probably guess, I'm going to drink that whole bottle tonight, which is not that big a feat, really, for me, anyway. Let's hop into our grid, see what we got. It's going to be an exciting Thursday. I just feel it. Oh, we got a Kiran Pandey construction edited by Will Shorts. I say we just jump on in and see what we can do. And besides, my mother got me this scarf for Christmas. It's an opera scarf, one of my favorites among my collection now. And it just reminds me of the grid all day long when I see it in a reflection. It just reminds me of the grid and one of my favorite places to be. So, that's gotta hurt. Okay. Waterloo. Okay, well, Waterloo Band. I think that's ABBA. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Come on. High school exam for which 5 is the highest score, and I think this is the AP test. Something that American high school juniors and seniors, I think, they take so they can kind of satisfy college credit needs, get a little bit of a bump on their college career. Sound on a bridle path. That's gotta hurt. Offended could be hurt. Okay. That threw me off there. Brought into being, perhaps born. Okay. And make less distinct could be to blur. Kind of like if you grew up in Generation X and you were a teenager and you saw the adult channels on the cable, but they were scrambled unless you had the key. Yeah, maybe that's what they're talking about. Maybe a little less distinct. Don't know. Given name of Che Guevara, and he is Ernesto. So I guess we've got an ache here, and sound on a bridle path is, I guess, a clop, and that makes sense now if you're talking about a bridle, bit and bridle. Makes sense. I like it. Certain voiceovers. Oh, good Lord. One with obligations. A cunning hunter, a man of the field in Genesis, and I think this is Esau. No, I don't know. Troop for troops be USO. Okay, so I think these would be dubs. And Adriatic Port City probably could be Bari. 4 letters. We don't have a lot to work with there. One with obligations. Perhaps we're talking about a debtor. That's pretty cool. Excellent. Look to pick things up. Maybe shop? Oh, who knows? I'm trying to listen. Shush. The great outdoors could be nature. Okay. A little time off. Oh, I don't know. Let's just go for a personal day. And let's spell it right this time. There you go, Christopher. It's always good to spell something right. Absorbed could be wrapped. Intensifying suffix in modern slang. Oh, don't know. Hitched together could be to yoke. All right, so then one more to confirm. Snapchat's ghost. I'm assuming this is a logo. And then to double check, eager could be agog. No, I have to check it. Vessel with a round bottom could be a walk. Swallow could be to down. Okay, now let's get up here and get back into some order so my wife doesn't send me a thunder punch or something from the States. Dissociative void, as is in the film Get Out, and I don't know. Like one with renewed beliefs. Well, we've got born over here. I don't know what this is. Seller of playing in a kind of set chairs. I think this is IKEA. One-time leader of the Sinaloa cartel, and I imagine if this is an L send, yeah, that could be too late. I think we have ourselves a case of El Chapo here. And I think this is sunken place. Tying one's shoes as an example for most people. Okay. Gape or gasp. Say, perhaps this is to react. Oh man. Word from on high could be an edict. Find more value from. We got TED Talks. Becoming much more common these days, these TED Talks. Neutrogena dandruff shampoo is T-gel. I'm wondering what's going on with what appears to be two borns. That's one of the cardinal rules of crosswords, you know? I mean, there's like 3 or 4 of them, and you just don't really break them. So a highlight of many a Jimi Hendrix concert. Do you see this in here? Do you see it? I think I see it. And I bet you see it too. I think we're talking about a guitar solo. Good Lord. It's been a long day. It's already late, and I'm getting to this today late. I mean, it's just been one of those weeks. You know, reduction in force. Just been... yeah. It's all good, though. No complaints. Just sorry. It's just, wow. I'm just kind of worn out when I get home. But I do look forward to this time with you like you would not believe. Unhand me. How about to let go? School play. I guess that could be tag. And what might lead to a breakout success? That looks outstanding. That could be an escape plan. I love it. QB's call. Oh, man. I think we're getting the same thing here. Because I think a quarterback's call would be hut. 48 of them make a cup. Next time I pour a cup of scotch, I'm going to say it's 48 teaspoons I've had. Comedian, Volcano, it's a Sal. Portuguese greeting, yeah, kind of a trickery there, right? Because it's the same in Portuguese and in Spanish. Wah, wah. Meat designation on a food cart could be halal. One away. I don't know, abraded, no idea. Exact replica. Okay. Mouse-like mammal. Okay. Pains. Well, these could be hassles. Yeah, I've got to figure out what's going on. I think we've got 2 natures and 2 borns. I don't know, because I think that this dissociative void is a sunken place. I think. Exact replica, I don't know. Settle a score for could be to avenge. And so discarded tech devices. Mouse-like mammal. I guess that's not coming to me at all. At all could be at all. And then we have at all. That's twice it's done this to me today. That's funny. Worn away. Yeah, I think we probably got abraded. I don't know. Abraded. Let's get them in there. Digs for bears could be dens. Or you can have my den, which is a den of iniquity. Sorta. Not really. So specialty MDs. What do you want to guess without even looking at these are ENTs? The reason I say that is because I've never seen any other specialties. Every specialty MD I've seen is an ENT, in which I actually call an otorhinolaryngologist. Send out could be to emit. So far, I'm feeling pretty good about my decision. Strengthen one's commitment. Indeterminate amount could be some, and I think we've got another down here. So, look-alike could be a twin. So maybe this, oh, I see, this is a shrew, and yeah, that makes sense. E-waste. Have any of you heard this term before? E-waste. I have not, but, I mean, I can get what it means, but I don't think I've ever come across it. That really is a fabulous one. Okay, betray without, maybe to sell out. Really dig could be to adore. Speaking of adoration, my darling Shotzi, or as I like to say in French, mon petit chou, will be rejoining me in about a month. I can't wait. Yay. Indian crepes served with chutney, yes. And as a matter of fact, my friend Krishna mostly hangs out with us on the Guardian side of the channel. Gave me a recipe, or gave me a recommendation for wine with dosas, and I cannot wait to make it. I bought some coconut, but then I had to leave town for a couple of days, and it went bad in its marinade for the chutney, so I gotta start all over again. Winter hours in LA, and I think this would be Pacific Savings Time. Tops at golf clubs. Oh, maybe polos, as in polo shirts. Let's see. No way, no how. Oh, something I've been told in the past. Not a chance. I'm like, okay. Don't be so emphatic. Gosh, it's okay. It's all good. Don't blow a gasket. Got it. It was just a suggestion. Untidy room, metaphorically, could be a sty. Gymnastics star of the 12 and 16 Olympics. I'll never be able to remember how to spell her name. Read of urban legend would be Tara. One of 8 on a cuttlefish, and I guess you want to call those arms. Graphite, essentially, well, essentially it's a carbon, but we've got that answer too. All right, so we're going to pay some attention to that. Fire breather of myth could be a chimera. And top scores would probably be bests. A pretty tricky little Thursday we got here today, especially if you're trying to abide by the rules. Dorm enforcers could be resident advisors. Yeah, I'll never forget. I'll never know how to remember that. No, ain't gonna happen. Not satisfied, maybe unmet. So part of a pizza could be the crust. When I ate pizzas, that probably was my favorite part, but only when it was dipped in either blue cheese dressing or ranch dressing. Have an inclination perhaps to tend. And again, I'm not going to know. Scrutinizes, maybe scans. Extremity could be an end. I don't know. How do we do, Bob? Yeah, we got to go back and fix this. So Got 8 dubs, T-Gel, Blur, Reuse, Born, Edict, IAP Test, IKEA Tag, Shop, El Chapo, Nature, Polos, Rap, Teaspoon, Style, Hassles, Hola, Tara, Dosa, Halal, Carbon, Chimera, Ever, RA, Cell, E-Waste, Unmet. Okay, got it. Now, so if I'm looking at this correctly, this is brought into being. So this is a normal understanding definition. But like one with renewed beliefs, I guess you'd really be looking for reborn. So I guess you could have born, reborn. I'm just talking through it. I have no idea. It didn't come to me. The great outdoors, nature, tying one's shoes as an example of most people. Okay, second nature. Okay. That's making sense. Graphite is a carbon. Exact replica would be a carbon copy. Swallow, strengthen one's commitment. Double down. Okay. Makes sense. Get it? This is beyond clever. It's very, very clever. I mean, there's just certain rules you have in crosswords. First of all, you got to give the solver a break. I mean, they've got to have a shot at it, right? You know, you can't use I think the other one is that you can't use letters shorter than 3 letters. And then, of course, you can't use the same word twice in a grid. And there's a few others, too, you know. Can't have the same word in the clue. I mean, there's just rules, right? You know, but these are the ones that I really always stick to me the most. But in this instance, break the rules. It was clever. It was good. It was a wonderful intro to our Friday and Saturday journey, which are generally speaking very circuitous. So well done, Kiran, Pandey. Fantastic job. Very clever grid today. I loved it. I actually loved it very much. And so until we see you tomorrow, which is Christopher's Eve, I plan to see you ahead of the celebrations here tomorrow night with my coworkers and friends from the area. So you can see me soberish and not stumbling through whatever and then trying to upload on top of it. That's just not going to work that well. But in the meantime, be good to yourselves, your friends, your neighbors, your family. Take especially good care of those behind you in line. And until tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Be well. Take care out there. Cheers.